We often find ourselves trapped in the cycle of overthinking, questioning every decision, analyzing every outcome, and waiting for the perfect time to begin. But in reality, this endless cycle of hesitation does not move us forward. It keeps us stuck. The greatest enemy of progress is not failure, but inaction. The truth is, the perfect moment you are waiting for does not exist. If you keep waiting, you will never begin. There is a common misconception that before we take action, we need to have all the answers. We think we need to have the perfect plan, the right skills, the best resources, and the most favorable conditions. But life does not work that way. If we always wait for everything to be perfect, we will never take that crucial first step. The reality is that the greatest journeys, the most successful ventures, and the most inspiring achievements all began with one single, imperfect step. Think about a child who is learning to walk. The child does not wait until they fully understand balance, posture, and movement before taking the first step. They simply stand up, fall, and try again. They learn through the process. They do not analyze their failures. They do not let fear stop them. If children thought the way most adults do, they would never learn to walk because they would be too afraid of falling, but they take the risk and eventually they succeed. The same principle applies to life. We must unlearn the habit of waiting for perfection and instead embrace the process of doing. It is in action that clarity comes. The more you take steps forward, the more you learn about what works and what doesn't. No book, course, or advice can teach you as much as experience itself. The only way to truly know if something will work is by doing it. Many people hesitate to start something new because of fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of making mistakes. But let's ask a simple question. What is the worst that could happen? If you fail, you learn. If people judge you, their opinions do not define your worth. If you make mistakes, you grow. Every successful person you admire has faced failure and rejection at some point. The difference between them and those who never succeed is simple. They kept moving forward. It is important to understand that overthinking is a defense mechanism. It is the mind's way of keeping you in your comfort zone. The brain is designed to protect you from risks, from uncertainty, from the unknown. But comfort zones are the enemy of growth. Staying where you feel safe may keep you from failure, but it also keeps you from progress. Every great achievement in life requires a leap of faith, a decision to move forward despite fear, doubt, and uncertainty. Action is what turns dreams into reality. There are countless people with brilliant ideas, powerful visions, and big dreams, but very few turn them into something real. Why? Because thinking alone does not create results. Doing does. Many people dream of writing a book, but never start. Many want to start a business, but never take the first step. Many wish to improve their lives, but never take action. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not intelligence, talent, or luck. It is the decision to act. We must learn to trust the process and understand that perfection is an illusion. No matter how much you plan, there will always be obstacles and unexpected challenges. If you wait until everything is ideal, you will wait forever. It is better to start now, make mistakes, learn, and grow, rather than to remain stuck in endless planning. Think of the most successful people in history. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. If he had waited for the perfect conditions, we might still be living in darkness. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for television. If she had believed those words and done nothing, the world would have never known her. Steve Jobs started Apple in a garage with no guarantee of success. If he had waited for everything to be perfect, he would have never built one of the most influential companies in the world. The truth is, no one has everything figured out from the beginning. Everyone starts with uncertainty, but they move forward anyway. The journey teaches you what you need to know. Experience builds confidence. The first step is always the hardest, but it is also the most important. One of the biggest regrets people have at the end of their lives is not taking action on their dreams. They regret the chances they didn't take, the opportunities they ignored, and the time they wasted thinking instead of doing. Don't let this be your story. If there is something you want to do, start now. Not tomorrow, not next week, now even the smallest step today is better than waiting for the perfect moment that will never come. Life is not about being perfect, it is about making progress. Progress only happens when you take action. The world does not reward those who have great ideas but never act on them. It rewards those who dare to step forward and do something. Every great success starts with a simple decision: to stop thinking and start doing. Life is unpredictable. No matter how much we plan, prepare, or try to control outcomes, challenges will come. Some will be minor setbacks, while others will feel like the world is falling apart around us. It is in these moments of hardship that we have a choice: to let pain break us or to use it as fuel to become stronger. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. The way we respond to adversity determines the kind of person we become. Every person on this planet has experienced some form of pain, be it emotional, physical, or mental. Pain is a universal part of the human experience. But while some people allow pain to consume them, others turn it into their greatest strength. The difference between these two groups is not the intensity of the pain, but the mindset they choose to adopt. Those who transform their pain into power refuse to be defined by their hardships. They take their struggles and use them as stepping stones towards something greater. Think of some of the most inspiring figures in history. They were not born into easy lives. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, yet he emerged as a leader who united a divided nation. Malala Yousafzai was shot for wanting an education, yet she turned her suffering into a movement that empowers millions of young girls around the world. Oprah Winfrey endured a traumatic childhood, yet she built an empire and became a voice for resilience and hope. What these people have in common is not just their success, but their decision to turn pain into power. One of the most common mistakes people make when facing hardships is asking, "Why me?" They dwell on the unfairness of life and replay their misfortunes over and over again in their minds. But the truth is, life does not give explanations. Pain does not come with a manual. Instead of asking, "Why me?" we should be asking, "What can I learn from this?" The moment we shift our mindset from victimhood to empowerment, we start reclaiming control over our lives. Pain, when embraced correctly, is a teacher. It forces us to grow in ways comfort never can. A muscle only strengthens when it is pushed beyond its limits. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Gold is purified through fire. Likewise, our greatest strengths are often born out of our deepest struggles. When we endure hardships, we develop resilience, empathy, and wisdom, qualities that cannot be learned from a life of ease. Many people let pain define them negatively. They build walls around themselves, avoiding risks and shutting out the world. They fear getting hurt again, so they refuse to step out of their comfort zones. But in doing so, they also block themselves from growth, joy, and success. True strength is not in avoiding pain, but in facing it head-on and emerging stronger. A powerful way to transform pain into power is through purpose. When we channel our struggles into something meaningful, we give our pain a reason to exist. Many of the world's greatest movements, inventions, and works of art were born out of suffering. J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter during a time of severe depression and hardship. Nick Vujicic, born without limbs, turned his struggles into a global message of hope. These individuals did not let their pain consume them. Instead, they used it to inspire and uplift others. Another way to turn pain into power is through gratitude. This may seem strange. How can we be grateful for suffering? But gratitude is not about ignoring pain, it is about recognizing the lessons it brings. Every hardship we overcome adds to our strength. Every failure teaches us something valuable. When we shift our focus from what we have lost to what we have gained through our experiences, we start seeing pain as a gift rather than a curse. Pain also has the ability to connect us with others. When we share our struggles, we realize we are not alone. Every person is fighting a battle. And when we open up about our own, we create space for healing, not just for ourselves, but for those around us. Vulnerability is not weakness. It is one of the strongest acts of courage. It allows us to form deeper connections and inspire others who may be going through similar struggles. One of the most liberating truths is that our past does not define our future. Just because we have experienced pain does not mean we are destined to suffer forever. We are not the sum of our hardships. We are the sum of how we rise from them. Healing is not about erasing the past, but about using it as a foundation for a stronger, wiser, and more empowered future. Taking control of our pain requires action. It is not enough to acknowledge our struggles, we must do something with them. Whether it is pursuing a passion, helping others, or simply refusing to let negativity dictate our lives, the choice to transform pain into power is always ours. Some of the most inspiring people in the world did not have easy lives, but they refused to be victims of their circumstances. They chose to rise, to fight, and to turn their pain into something meaningful. Pain is powerful. It can break us or build us. The choice is always ours. We spend so much of our lives waiting for permission, waiting for the right moment, waiting for someone to believe in us. But the truth is, no one is coming to save us. No one will hand us our dreams on a silver platter. If we keep waiting, life will pass us by, and one day we will look back with regret, wondering why we didn't take action when we had the chance. The only person who can change your life is you. The only one who can turn your dreams into reality is you. And that starts with making a choice to be the hero of your own story. Too often, we give away our power. We let society, family, or circumstances dictate what we should do, who we should be, and how far we can go. We allow others' opinions to shape our self-worth. But the moment you let others control your decisions, you lose ownership of your life. You are not here to live someone else's expectations. You are here to write your own story on your own terms. Many of us hold ourselves back because we feel like we are not enough, not smart enough, not talented enough, not experienced enough. We look at others who have achieved greatness and think they are somehow different from us, as if they were born with some extraordinary ability. But the truth is, every successful person started where you are. They had doubts, they faced failures, they struggled. The difference is, they didn't let those doubts stop them. They stepped forward even when they were scared. They acted even when they weren't ready. The biggest lie we tell ourselves is that we need to be perfect before we begin. We think we need to have all the answers before we take the first step. But no one has it all figured out from the start. Growth happens through action. You don't become great by waiting, you become great by doing. The more you act, the more you learn, the better you become. But none of that can happen if you never start. Fear is the number one thing that holds people back. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of making mistakes. But fear is nothing more than a story we tell ourselves. It is not real. The worst thing that can happen is not failing. It is never trying at all. Every successful person has faced rejection. Every champion has lost before they won. Every leader has made mistakes. Failure is not the end, it is part of the process. It teaches you, shapes you, and prepares you for success. One of the most dangerous things we can do is wait for the perfect time. We tell ourselves, I'll start when I have more experience. I'll take action when I have more confidence. I'll chase my dream when the timing is right. But the perfect time does not exist. The conditions will never be 100% ideal. If you keep waiting, you will be waiting forever. The best time to start is now, with what you have, where you are. Every hero's journey begins with a single decision, the decision to step forward. Even when the path is uncertain. If you look at the most inspiring people in the world, they did not start with guarantees. They took risks, they faced setbacks, but they kept going. They refused to let fear, doubt, or circumstances define them. They chose to believe in themselves even when no one else did. One of the biggest mistakes we make is comparing our journey to others. We look at people who are ahead of us and feel discouraged. We think, I'll never be as good as them. But what we fail to see is the years of struggle, the failures, and the sacrifices that got them there. Every great person started as a beginner. The only way to reach that level is by starting your own journey, step by step, day by day. You were not born to be average. You were not put on this earth to live a life of fear, doubt, or regret. You have something unique to offer. Your voice, your ideas, your perspective. No one else in the world has the exact combination of experiences, talents, and dreams that you do. But if you don't take action, the world will never see it. You owe it to yourself to try, to step forward, and to give your dreams a chance. Taking control of your life does not mean you won't face obstacles. It does not mean you won't face obstacles. It does not mean that no matter what happens, you will not give up. You will find a way. You will keep pushing forward even when it gets tough. Because that is what heroes do. They rise again and again. They refuse to let anything stop them. At the end of the day, your story is yours to write. No one else can live it for you. No one else can fight your battles. No one else can chase your dreams. You are the author of your own life, and every choice you make is a sentence in your story. Will it be a story of fear and regret, or a story of courage and triumph? The choice is yours. Your life is not a script written by others. It is a blank page waiting for you to create something extraordinary. Stop waiting for permission. Stop doubting yourself. Stop thinking and start doing. You have the strength, the power, and the potential to turn your dreams into reality. The world needs your voice, your passion, and your courage. So step forward, take action, and own your journey. Because in the end, the only difference between those who succeed and those who don't is one simple thing: action. Be the hero of your own story and make it one worth telling.